Well, everybody, here's the second update of the actual works on the layout, and I'm up here this morning, excuse me, about 8:30 it is in the morning, and it's getting on for 50 degrees up here, so I'm okay. You know, up and down under the layout, you know, you do get warm actually. So today I'm going to start connecting the blocks, or rather the feedbacks in those blocks, into the sensing units that are under the layout. The first sensing unit, the one that controls the other two, is still downstairs for running the trains on the tabletop, but I don't need that. I think I've got enough blocks up here to go into one sensing unit, I think. So what I want to do, and what I haven't done on any of the other wires at the moment, is to tin any of them where they join up. Primarily because obviously if I'm wanting to put extra feedbacks in, I don't want them all soldered together to make a solid lump, because it's going to make a mess trying to get them apart. Although you could cut it off and then start again, I suppose. So, but I would like to tin them where they go into the sensing unit, because they're all very close together. And you know, you only got to have a strand of wire across, and I don't know what might happen. Yeah, it could be fun. But I don't want to actually have to keep turning the soldering iron on to do each one as I do it. So I'm going to go under the layout, and I'm going to do rough measurements of what I need, find the longest one, and then cut a load of wires all ready with the end snits ready to go into the sensing unit, and solder them all at the same time, tin them all at the same time. So what I'm going to do now is I'll take the camera off the tripod, and I'll just show you where I am as of now. Okay, everybody? See you in a second. So I think the first thing to say is I've got these points in with their motors and with the Hornby control unit under the layout, and they're all working lovely. So I'm quite pleased. Obviously, until I can actually run a train over them, I don't know quite how well they're going to work. Now this crossover was giving me problems with the motor, wasn't it? And I wasn't sure whether it was the motor that was at fault, or because I mullered the point that it was trying to control. So I did try the old motor, and that tells you something, to see if it would work, and it was exactly the same. It would pull it over but not push it back. So we've got a new motor on here, which I found fairly easy to fit because the cables underneath were joined to the cables across to the unit, and I just connected this one into those wires. So it's pretty straightforward. So why am I showing you the buffer stop at the end of the terminal station, you might wonder? It's quite a complex amount of wiring and information on this sort of system, isn't it? And what I thought was a good idea was, as far as I understood, I'd sorted all the points out and they were all working. But there's nothing like actually trying it, is there? So I did actually connect the DR5000 back onto the system. Not with any of the occupancy detectors connected, don't need them, and turn the power on. And the first thing that happened was that this buffer stop lit up, which was quite pleasing really. And when I turned on the iTrains system, all the points did their thing and sort of reset. I had a couple that were the wrong setting, including this signal at the end of the platform, which was coming up green instead of red, which is what it's meant to do. And I had a point that wasn't going the right way, but otherwise they all worked. And I clicked all the way round every point, open and close, to check that that worked, and they were all lovely. So I do at least now know that at the moment, as of this moment, they all work. So in the canvas bag, you can see is my new computer ready to take the information I'm going to feed into it, along with its mouse. I've also on this little bench got a whole list of my feedbacks. I've also got a blocks page as well, and as I put the numbers on, I'm going to put them onto this list as well, so I know where they are. So when I've got all these wires tinned and ready to fit into the sensing unit, the computer will go here, and I will be feeding in the information I need to do so. But at the moment, as you can see, I've got my soldering iron ready to go. So I think that's about it. I think I better get on with the work, hadn't I? So cheers everybody, I'll see you a bit later on, hopefully. So this is the same day, and as you can see, I've got 2 wires into this detector unit now. So looking at the numbers on it, and remember it's not the 1 to 8, it's the 33 to 40 initially. So at the moment we've got number 33 done and number 34. So I'm about to do number 35, and I thought maybe just showing you my method of this. So the first thing I do to do these blocks is, first of all, identify which block you want to do. And the one we're going to do now is where the swallowtail carriages are. We're going to go from where the crossover point is from the terminal station all the way along here to where this crossover goes. So we're talking the inner track, so the first circuit, if you like. And the next thing you do is, with the computer on, as you can see, you identify it on the switchboard, you click on that block, and you get the block properties up. And I then transfer that number onto this bit of paper, which you can see. So we've done the 2 at the top, and I'm about to start this. Now I know the number because it's going to be the next one to the one I've just done, so it's 35. So we now need to connect that cable in. So you come down here with the bit of paper and you find the block number on the wires. And I found this one, and this is quite a long one. It sort of comes all the way from up there and all the way from down here. So it's quite a big block, this one. So I'll show you what we do now. So as you saw, we identified where the block connection was under here, and I've got a bit of wire. Now when I did the wires, I've done all the wires I need and tinned the ends, but I did 8 at 4 foot and 8 at 3 foot, and I've determined I only need a short one here. So I'm now gonna fix that into the next terminal block. So there we are, it's connected into this block. Now what will happen eventually is this block will go up and be screwed up into the underside of the layout, like I've done with the point ones at the moment. And these cables, hopefully, that are coming out of the DR4088, or the occupancy detector unit, will be all connected together with a cable tidy and fixed up accordingly. Probably maybe with some holes through the mounting board and cable ties on that, but I'm hoping to get them all together. I'm hoping to get them all together in sort of 8 together, and then do that like that, and then it'll hold them, and then it'll hold them permanently, he says. So that bit of 3 foot cable was miles too long, and I've cut all this off. But I can use it again, can't I? I'm going to have more droppers on the layout, so that will come in handy for that. So not wasted. So in my hand is a bit of black cable and one of those clips that I showed you. What am I going to use this for? Well, believe it or not, I'm going to measure the track with this. I'll show you. So we need to measure from where this point finishes with the isolation fish plate on, around this curve, and then straight down there to the other point where the swallowtail carriages are. Now I don't really want to use a bit of black wire to go all the way along, because it's too far and it'll just keep coming off. And obviously the straights you can just measure with the normal measuring tape. But all I do is I just run this cable round on the inside, and I do feel the inside is a better one to do. It'll just give you a little bit of extra length on the block, so that you're not overestimating the length. And also, of course, it's always easier to go round the inside of a rail rather than the outside. Now, trying to measure this and film at the same time is not particularly easy, as you can see. So I'm going to go and get something to help me. And this is my helping hand. As you saw, I was having trouble with it just popping out from underneath. So I've just put this weight on to hold it there. And then hopefully we can go right round, he says. Wishing. Perhaps I need that a bit further round. Perhaps I need that a bit further round. Let's see how we go. Yeah, look too bad. And then we'll just follow round. And it is very difficult with one hand. Absolutely. Just going to put this camera down for a minute and try and get this to length, alright? So as you saw, I was having a bit of trouble doing this one-handed, so sorry you didn't see me measure it. So I did the black wire around to the joint, which is there, right by the light, funny enough. And then I determined the length of that straight with my tape measure. And then if we go down the other end of this, as you can see, it curves. So I did another little bit of black wire to determine this one. And if we go over to the bench, so my adding up in my head is not very good, so I just wrote it on a bit of scrap paper that I have ready. And you can see that that has come up at 2,445 millimeters. So if I go to the computer with the feedback table up, so here's the feedback properties for that particular piece of track. And as you can see, I've not even put the address in yet. So let's put the address in, which is 35. So there we are. And obviously we need the length. So I'm just going to hold that button down until it gets to where I want it. So please talk amongst yourselves while this does this. So we're looking for 2,445 millimeters. And there we are. We're there. So this isn't the end of this. So what I need to do now is OK that. And now go into the block of that track. So here we are. And if I bring the feedbacks up, you'll see that in that feedback it just says it's got the 2445 in, but that's question marks everywhere else. So what we tend to do is if we go down here and do autofill and then have a look, you can see that that field has now been all filled in. Now this will obviously change possibly if I put more feedbacks in, but at the moment we're only putting the one. And by doing that you also get all the rest of the blocks that you need. So they're previous and they're next. And obviously we still have the speed, which I have limited on this, but I will go through this as I do it. So there we are. And then we're ready for the next one. So just say OK, and I think it's a good idea to say down here apply and save, and there we are, we're ready for the next one. I'm also adding the details onto these sheets. So I've got the sheet here for the blocks, and I've got a sheet here for the feedbacks. So I will be putting the details in as you see here. And I've also got a layout plan, and on this I'm just going to add the numbers by the feedback sensors so that I know what is what. Now I know it seems a lot of maybe fluffing about, but it is so easy to get confused, and having all this paperwork, you can look back and see what you need, you know. So I think it's worth the effort to do it. Well, hello everybody. I'm giving myself a well-earned mug of tea with the owl, and it's 2:30 in the afternoon now, on the same day that you saw me filming the beginning of this video. I'm basically halfway on filling up that unit for the feedbacks. So I've got 8 connected and 8 still to do. Now I've got a feeling that the central area that I'm going to try and get going is 16 feedbacks. So hopefully when I get the other 8 done, I'll be able to turn the system on and see what happens. And you'll be there. You will be there. Maybe not initially, but you will be there. As you saw with the how I do it, it's a lot of up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, I feel that that is the safest way to do it. It is very easy when you're under the layout to get completely the wrong idea of where you are and what you're doing. And many a time I got under looking for these feedback wires, and they were quite a way away. You get disorientated, I suppose, I don't know. There were so many wires everywhere that, yeah, it's fun. So I think my approach to doing it, which you saw, will work. Now, I'm not saying I won't make any mistakes. I may well do. I just want another drop of this. I'll put it down now. But yeah, it's gone well today. I mean, I only started it at what, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. Maybe 9, I can't quite remember. And I've got half of those done. Now, they're not all neat and tidy yet. I'm just going to let them hang down until I've tried it, in case I've got any whoopsies, which, I'm half expecting. I'm not sure that I will have any, but I'm half expecting that, yes, I will have made a mistake somewhere along the line. It is very easy to do that, very easy. But yeah, it's gone well. And tomorrow, albeit I'm having a haircut tomorrow. I meant to do it quite a long time ago, but somebody cut their head open. So somebody couldn't have their hair cut, could they? And it's just over the road. It's literally the other side of the road over there, just a bit further down near the corner. So it's not far to go. So I'll get that done in the morning, and I might do a few more tomorrow. I might equally do some more locos on the table, because I haven't done that for a little while, and just give my brain a bit of a rest from up there. I hope it's getting a little bit more interesting. I mean, it's literally information and a few connections. That's what it's about. And hopefully the right connections. But yeah, I am quite happy and getting excited about the turn on and just seeing what the system will do. Now, the stuff that will take an awful long time will be fine tuning it. Going into the nitty gritty and doing your lengths of where you want it to stop and all this. But I am hopefully going to show you what it's like with it on first time. I may well put some stop positions in, just so that they don't go running past a lot. But that's all I'm going to do. I hope you're all well. You will have, by the time you see this, all the restrictions will have been lifted, apparently. And it's all down on us to be sensible. I wonder how that'll go. Yeah, but there we are. But I do thank you for watching. I do thank all the subscribers I've had. So I think, you know, we wrap this up now. I can finish my tea, and I think I might, I'll probably get this video onto the computer and sort of edit it a bit while it's fresh in my mind. So cheers everybody, cheers. Watch out for the next one, whenever that might be.